anti-aging and you want anti-aging tips and products, I'm not at that first screen yet. Let me see if I can get to my first screen, guys. Hang on. Okay, cool. Okay, there we are. So we're gonna go, there we are, perfect. Okay, so I divided it into two because if you are in your 20s, it's considered, we're gonna go back to the last screen. This is a little too far ahead, hang on. Okay, so age management and anti-aging. If you're in your teens and your 20s, we are calling it anti-aging because when you hit 30, you're aging. So at that point, from 30 forward, it's age management. How are we going to manage the aging process? Through my webinar today, I want to give you some food for thought. We're going to talk about some of my favorite treatments for both scenarios, how often we should be doing them, and I'm going to also give you some of my favorite companies that I like to work with for skincare products. So let's go to the next screen, which is intrinsic aging. What is intrinsic aging? So intrinsic aging is what we are destined, how we are destined to age, not including outside factors. So this is just if we look at our parents, if we look at our grandparents, maybe an older sibling, we can pretty much determine how we're going to age. And that's really dependent upon our structure, where our fat pads are. If we have chubby cheeks, are they going to sink down? So intrinsic aging is something that we really can't reverse because it comes so naturally. But even people that are aging intrinsically are also aging extrinsically, which means that as we're aging, we have all these outside factors like UV light, smoke, pollution, bad food, sugar, you name it, it's going to age us. And how it ages us is through oxidation and free radical damage. So I know you guys know what free radicals are. We got to neutralize them. Okay, let me see here. So as you guys start loading questions, I'll start addressing them. We're going to go to the next screen. So this is my definition of intrinsic aging. It's oxidative stress is also going to be in the next segment, which is extrinsic aging. But we all age, and intrinsically is how we're going to age based on how our family members before us have aged. I have a photo that I wanted to show you because it really spoke to me as to how extrinsic factors can play a part in our aging process and really speed it up. So we're going to go to the next screen. I'm sure you guys have seen this photo. It's all over social media. It's one of my favorite photos because it truly reflects what outside factors, and in this case, it's a truck driver that I think drove a truck for more than 25 years. You can see the left side of his face is a completely different texture than the right side, and that is solely from UV damage. He's still aged on the right side of the face. So we have some sagging skin, we have some lines, we have jowls, but you can see that the left side, where we call that the driving side, is significantly more aged. And that is solely based on not using SPF. So imagine if we used SPF from the time we were children all the way up to when we die, how we're going to age so much better. Right now, it's all about physical sunblocks. We want to move away from chemical sunblocks and stick with physical because they aren't absorbed in the body. and there's less damage with them as far as the environment as well. They're not really good for us. So you want to always stick with physical sunblocks. We're going to go to the next screen. I pulled up Nicole Kidman because I just think that of all the celebrities out there, she has spoken about this. She never ever worshiped the sun like me. She avoided it because she's very fair, red hair, blue eyes. She's a Fitzpatrick 1. She knew that she wasn't meant to be in the sun ever. And although she looks a little different now, her skin is gorgeous. Her skin is flawless. Her skin is taut, it's tight, it's pigment free. I don't think she has a line on her face. That is because she protected her skin. I'm sure she used really great products too. But if she had tanned her skin, she might look like our next photo. So, oh, actually, it's the photo after this, but we're going to stick to this one too. So another iconic beauty. So go back to, we're going to stay here right with our favorite lady, Mrs. Jane Fonda. So Miss Fonda, if you look at, this is like 25-year difference in her skin. Her skin looks exactly the same. Why? Because she used sunblock. So she's still aged. She has crow's feet. She has smile lines. Her skin isn't perfect, but she has no texture other than where the muscles have moved and created little etches lines in your eye. You get the little smile lines right here. You get the little bunny lines right over here. She has all that, but her skin looks amazing. That's why skincare is so important. And I'm going to tell you what you can do to look like Jane. Okay, next screen. Okay, extrinsic aging. So this is where, unfortunately, this is where we have to be really vigilant because it's around us all the time. It's UV light. I mean, I'm sitting in front of a window right now. If I can cast a shadow over my face, which I can, I'm getting UV damage right now. That's why I have SPF 50 on. Extrinsic aging has to do with how we treat our bodies. Are we juicing? Are we doing everything that we're supposed to be doing? Are we using products that are going to neutralize free radicals? Antioxidants. So important to use antioxidants because they're going to neutralize free radicals that are literally going to mutate your skin. Next screen, little definition of extrinsic aging. I think it's really important to know this and to teach this to your clients if you are an esthetician. Let me see here. I've got somebody asking a question. Okay, Miss Lily, I'm trying to answer your, okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, Lily, you're so welcome. So Lily wants to know what she can do to her skin to plump it up, which we're going to get to, Lily, so hang tight. So let's go back to extrinsic aging, the definition, and then we're going to go to the next photo after that. And I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. So we're going to the next photo after extrinsic aging. Okay, voila. So these two ladies are the same age. When these photos were taken, they were the exact same age. And I can tell you that the lady on the right was a sun worshiper. You could see her skin is tan. It's starting to get really thin. It's breaking down the collagen and the elastic bands. You know, once you've damaged the skin to that level, it's going to take, first of all, you're never going to get it back to the way it was, but you can improve it. So I wanted to really kind of show you how drastically the sun and pollution can really affect us. If we go to the next screen, This is one of my favorites because this is Donatella Versace. Now, I grew up on the East Coast, and we would often go to South Beach for winter months, and I just about saw her every single time I was on the beach. There she was, right in front of the mansion on the beach, tanning herself, and I was a few chairs down the beach doing the same exact thing. So I'm in the same category as Donatella because I worship the sun from probably early 80s to early 90s, maybe mid 90s, which is bad. I'm never going to get that skin that I had back. I'm actually trying to reverse it now. It's very true what they say about are you a sinker or are you a sagger? I'm a sagger. Donatella's a sagger. We sunned a lot. We had thicker skin to begin with. So when you break down those collagen and elastic bands, everything kind of just starts to sag. So lasers are really important. Know your lasers, know what they do. I can't tell you how many times people come in and they say, oh, I had a laser treatment a year ago, but I can't remember what it was. Well, I'm like, was it an IPL? Was it a Fraxel? Completely different lasers. But you need to know what they are, study them. Some of them are great for texture. Some of them are great for tightening the underlying tissue. So it's not really texture, it's more like skin tightening. That's more of a radio frequency. I mean, there's so many different technologies out there right now that can help skin like Donatella, skin like me, that has been really grossly exposed to the elements in many ways, that can help us. I'm actually going to be I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow with nurse Stephanie Page. She works at Westside Aesthetics with me, and she's been an injector laser nurse for 25 years. So she knows her stuff, and we're going to talk all about lasers and stuff. But for now, let's go to the next little screen after Donatella. Oh, and once again, guys, I can't chat with you. Just shoot me a Q&A if you want. Okay, so we're going to go to the next screen after Donatella. And okay, cool. So ingredients. So let's talk about ingredients. So we're going to go to the following screen. Ingredients are so important, and as we age, we need to make sure that we have these in our arsenal. If you can have them before you're dealing with age management, if you're in the anti-aging phase, so like in your 20s, you definitely want to make sure that you have some of these ingredients, of all of these ingredients. So vitamin C, we all know how important it is. Superoxide dismutase is a mega antioxidant. Glutathione is a mega antioxidant. EGCG, which is epigallocatechin gallate, which is a mouthful, so we're going to call it EGCG, are polyphenols in green tea. And boy, they can really help with neutralizing free radicals, which are also reducing inflammation in the skin. So we don't want the skin at an inflamed state all the time. We want, we will inflame it. We will create inflammation, controlled inflammation through microneedling, through chemical peels, through certain modalities. But we want to bring that back down. And the best way to do it is to make sure you're using antioxidants twice a day. Copper peptides, peptides and copper peptides. So peptides, cytokines, growth factors, stem cells, I put them all in the same bucket because they're all very similar in what they do. They kind of plug in, and if it's an 8-chain peptide, it's going to be a little more sophisticated than a 5-chain peptide, but they help to produce more collagen and elastin. They are very plumping. So Lillian, if you're interested in plumping your skin, peptides, copper peptides, cytokines, I have a slide later that we're going to talk about that kind of goes into actual companies that make these products that I fully approve of. So, so for now, just know that these ingredients are going to help you They're going to help slow down that aging process. Because if we do that, if we use these ingredients and we're getting facial once a month and we're doing our due diligence, we will age beautifully. Okay, so back to the ingredient deck. Niacinamide. Oh no, go back to that last screen. So niacinamide, B3, super important. Cytokines, growth factors, like I said, they're all in the same kind of area. Retinol, guys, retinol, tretinoin, retinoic acid, whatever your body can handle, whatever you can use it, because vitamin A is a mega antioxidant. It happens to increase cellular movement and cellular activity, but it's a mega antioxidant. And you should be using it. I like to have my clients, once we've established what type of vitamin A is best for their skin, I have them just about every other night or every third night, depending upon what we can do. But retinol is really important because it's just so good for your skin. And then obviously SPF. I like SPF 50. Some companies are like around a 40, 45. That's fine too. But really you want to stay above a 40. Anything like in the 30s just isn't enough these days. Okay, so ingredients, I mean, there's so many other ingredients as well, but I think if you have products with these ingredients in it, you're going to be a step ahead. Okay, so sunscreens. What sunscreens would I recommend for lifestyle? Great question, Sabina. So for sunscreens, I have two go-tos, and these are just mine, actually three. The first one that I absolutely love is Isdin. Isdin Pharmaceuticals, they are out of Spain. They were a pharmaceutical company, and their sunblocks are just really sophisticated. They have a special enzyme that actually scans your body for malignancies, and it surrounds the area that isn't quite right, and it protects it. It's a sophisticated sunblock. It's safe for the environment. Check it out. Isdin, ISDIN. I'll talk about it later so you guys can actually see the website. And then I like Elta MD. I have all my acne clients on Elta because they use they have niacinamide, so they have ingredients for acne prone skin. They're oil free. They're great for acne prone clients. So if you have acne and you're like, I don't want to wear sunblock because it breaks me out, definitely try Elta MD. And then the third one is, I think it's called Baby Ganix. And Baby Ganix is great to use if you're going to the beach or if you're going to be out all day. It's thick and white and goopy, but boy, does it work. So that's what I slather all over my body if I'm going to the beach, Baby Ganix. Let's see, would I recommend using vitamin C twice a day if one is also using niacinamide or retinol in their own PM routine? So no, you do not have to use a vitamin C twice a day, because if it is a good vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid, it's plugging into our receptor, right? It's actually going to stay in our skin for more than 12 hours. So we're good just once a day with the vitamin C. Now, some estheticians like to recommend it at night. I like to recommend it during the day because it helps with free radical neutralization, but also because I have so many other ingredients I want my clients to use at night, and it's just too much. So retinol at night, stem cells at night, probiotics, prebiotics at night, peptides at night, during the day, antioxidants, hydration, facial oils. Let's see what else we have here. Should you wear sunscreen in the house? So here's the deal. I think you should, when you wake up, when you brush your teeth, right? Put your sunblock on. And now it's that simple. If you have to think about what you're doing, then it's not habitual. So as soon as you wake up, throw that sunblock on, whatever you do, integrate it in. So this way it's done, it's over with, you know it's on. And then when you get home at the end of the day, just do a double cleanse, wash your face really well. Yeah. You mentioned Isdin. That was great. Yeah, Isden's great for acne prone clients too. I have clients that are both acne prone and super dry on Isden. Some of my clients prefer the Elta, but again, try both and see which one you like. Okay, so let's go back to my products and we're going to pull up. We are going to go to the next screen here. Okay, skincare for aging skin. So how do we care for aging skin? So let's go back and talk a little bit about how we're going to care for aging skin. So this is where, you know, you have to have somebody that you're consulting with. You, whether or not, whether you're in your 20s or 30s, you know, caring for aging skin, let's just say we start in our 20s, we start getting facials, we start getting vacuum facials, maybe a couple chemical peels here and there. It's so important to integrate these modalities into your routine. I like my 20s and early 30s to have hydrofacials or silk peels monthly. And if you can't do monthly, then every other month, but whatever you can do, you need to try to do it. And then I even start microneedling my clients in their 20s and 30s. And every time you needle somebody, you're laying down more collagen, you're going to really increase the body's ability to make more elastin and collagen. Chemical peels are really important too because they're going to increase cellular activity. They're going to lay down more collagen. Just because somebody's getting a chemical peel doesn't mean it's going to be a horrific one. So there are chemical peels out there. I love cosmetics. They have some really nice peels that are super gentle. They're chirally correct, and you only peel for like 2 or 3 days. It's not a big deal. But it's nice to get that skin off, get rid of that dead skin, especially if you're dry during the wintertime. Get a chemical peel. And this way, all your active ingredients, all those ingredients that we just went over that are really expensive, will penetrate and they'll get into living tissue and they'll actually do their magic. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the companies that I like. And these are just companies that I've used that I really, really like. Maybe take a screenshot, go research them. SkinCeuticals, everybody knows. SkinCeuticals is a great company. Cosmetics Environ, they're out of South Africa. Entourage specializes in cytokines and stem cells. Lifeline Skincare, they have a really small technology. Their Daltons are really small and it goes right into the skin. Really impressed with Lifeline. Circuit Skin, another chirally correct company. They stay away from all the nasty stuff. Really good skincare. Osmosis Beauty by Dr. Ben Johnson. Love Osmosis. Samaya Organics is one of my new favorite oil companies. So if you need a facial oil, go see Samaya. And then Glyceline is my go-to for just super premium vegan skincare. So there's my list of products. And I've got, here's some Callie. SPF lasts 2 to 3 hours on the skin. Okay, what SPF would you reapply? Okay, so this is Callie's question. If SPF only lasts about 2 to 3 hours on the skin and we are wearing makeup throughout the day, what SPF do you recommend to reapply? I know there are powders, but are there any SPF sprays that you approve of? So here's the dealio. If you have sunblock on and you have makeup over top of it, and it's just a regular day, you're going to work, you don't have to reapply because guess what? Your makeup is a physical block. And we can't really say that because we don't, it depends how thick that layer is. But if you're putting makeup on to cover your skin, you're actually physically blocking it out. So you really don't need to reapply. Only if you're going to be out in the sun all day, that's when you really need to apply, unless you're not wearing makeup. Now there's always the little powder brushes, the mineral brush. Isden makes a really nice one. So does Color Science. They're powders, and you can actually touch up with the powder just to give you a little more level of protection. Laura, what vitamin C do I recommend? Medical grade vitamin C, chirally correct vitamin C. So every company that I listed in the previous screen, I think has one. My go-tos are Isden. They make amazing vitamin C's in different strengths. And SkinCeuticals makes 2 that I really like. So just make sure that it's, make sure that your products that you're buying, if a product is normally $150 and you can get it for $75, that's half off. Be very, very wary of that, because I'm a former manufacturer's rep, and I can tell you that there are diverters. And what diverters do is they buy up all of the stock that's about to expire from companies, and they go and they sell it for pennies on the dollar on the website. So you're getting product that is expiring. You're getting product where the active ingredients are no longer active, and you might as well just take your money and burn it. So be careful. Buy from a trusted vendor. Derm Store is trusted. Go right to the manufacturer themselves. Yeah. Okay. Next screen. I think I like my background. Looks like I'm at the beach, and I have my sunblock and you see my umbrella? Okay. So this is like, I created this because this is pretty much, if I take a snapshot of my clients, this is what it looks like. So exfoliation weekly and monthly. So you can exfoliate with enzymes. I have many of my clients on enzymes. I am starting a enzyme product. So it's my new product coming out. It's called SkinZyme. And I'm going to be launching it very soon, so stay in touch. But it's something you use in the morning. Morning enzymes, get all that dead skin off. You can use them 2 to 3 times a week, super gentle, and it will help get those keratin bonds off the skin so that your active ingredients can actually go into living tissue. So exfoliate your skin, microcurrent, facial massage. We want fresh oxygenated blood pumping through our muscles, our fat pads, and our skin. And microcurrent's a great way to do it. Microcurrent increases your ADP levels, which is adenosine triphosphate. Look it up if you don't know what it is. Adenosine triphosphate is cellular communication. As we age, so when we're into age management, like me, you have to keep the metabolism going or everything's going to start to go to shit. So definitely seek out microcurrent. There's a few handhelds that you can get on the market. Use them. They're good. But also go to your esthetician, because they have a much stronger one where they can actually reposition everything. But the ones at home are great. Facial massage, get them. They're super, super good for you. All of these things are going to help with both intrinsic aging and extrinsic aging. Infrared, guys. Infrared, invest in it. Collagenetics is my favorite system ever. They're doing studies now where the bandwidth of light actually goes into your osteoblast and your bone. So it increases your bone marrow production where it's at. It's all about the bone marrow. So even one of my companies, Entage, they have all their stem cells are from bone marrow. Why? Because they're 100% anti-inflammatory. So, invest in an LED. If your esthetician has one, try to go there once a week and lay under it for 20 minutes. You'll feel better afterwards. We actually have one in our office, and Dr. Rivkin had a Clear and Brilliant treatment. And he had the energy turned up. He was very red. He was kind of feeling the heat. And I said, come sit under the light. And he was like, huh? I said, go sit under the light. Put some stem cells on him from Entage. And he said after about 10 minutes, he actually felt, even though it's warm, he felt cooler. He felt like the heat was gone. And when he got up and looked in the mirror, I think he was flabbergasted because all of the redness was gone. It literally reduced all of the inflammation in 20 minutes. So, chemical peels. How often should we do them? If you have like normal skin, you're not like fighting acne, you don't have a lot of hyperpigmentation, and you just want to do chemical peels to keep up with yourself, once a quarter. Do them once a quarter. Whatever you can tolerate, whatever works for you and your lifestyle, whether it's peeling for 30 days or peeling for 2 days, but definitely get your chemical peels, and your esthetician should know which ones are best for you. What was the LED brand I mentioned? I actually have that in the next screen. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but it's called Collagentex. Collagentex. You could also DM me and I'll send you information on the manufacturer. They're out of Canada. What do I think of Baby Quasar? I think Baby Quasar is great. I have one in red. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you whatever you have, use it. I have the handhelds too, but I'm really looking into getting like something that I can just sit in front of, because you gotta hold it all over. It's time consuming. We don't have that time. How often should we use the LEDs? Every day if you can. Yep, every day. Okay, back to my list over here. Microneedling. If you've had microneedling, you get it. If you haven't, you need to try it. Microneedling is like a godsend. So my anti-aging peeps, my 20-year-olds, 27, 28, 30, right in there, they do it when they can, maybe once every 3 months, once every other month. As often as they can do it, they'll do it. But as you start to get in your 30s, you'll really want to do it every month. In your 40s, I do mine. I set my watch to it every month. I got to do my microneedling, because it lays down a layer of collagen. It tightens the skin. The effects are cumulative, so it does build. And then when you integrate all these other things in too, it's just going to be that much better. Botox fillers, energy-based treatment, a little bit out of my lane, but I do know a lot about them. I highly suggest you find somebody that you trust. Don't find them on Groupon. Find them as a referral. If you need somebody in LA, hit me up. You need to find somebody that you can trust that really knows their way around the different lasers, because some lasers can actually break down fat. We don't want that. Yeah, I mean, lasers are tricky. So I'm doing a live tomorrow with one of our master injectors, Stephanie Page. She is on Instagram. You can look her up. She's been, I think, practicing for over 25 years. She's amazing. So bring your questions tomorrow on my live for that. But yeah, I mean, when should you start doing Botox and fillers? I can't tell you that. If you have, I had really deep corrugator lines right in here when I was 18. I looked like I was 40. It had nothing to do with anything except for that's just how my forehead was. So there was no Botox in 1989. But if I could have done it, I would have, because I feel like those dents in my forehead, they're always going to be there. I can feel them. It bugs me. But if it doesn't bother you, don't do it. It's really a personal decision. But really just go to somebody that's been practicing for like at least 10 years. All right, next screen. Let's see, we're going to talk about, okay. So these are my 3 favorite things. I think if you can just get 3 things, as an esthetician, microcurrent is huge. I think everyone should have a handheld at home, because even though it's not that powerful for home, you're still increasing cellular communication. You're still getting that nice current of energy that is going into your muscles, into your fat pads, that is truly beneficial to you and your skin. The Collagentex light is shown right there in the top right. Again, they don't make them for home use, but I have a few clients that have them at their houses because they're rich. They can afford it. I do not, but find an esthetician in your area that has one. It is the most incredible light out there. And then get yourself a copper wand, a gua sha, thingy-majinging, whatever you can do to really start to move that lymph out and down. Facial massage on yourself. If you see me as a client, I will teach you a different movement for facial massage every time we do one, so that you can do them at home. I massage my face every single morning when I wake up. It helps drain all the lymphatic fluid. It increases cellular communication. Yeah, I mean, these are just little things that you can do. The jade roller, really nice. Roll yourself to get that lymphatic fluid. Whatever you want to do it, but try to do a few different things. So the more you do, the better you're going to look and feel. Okay, how often should I use it? Oh, we already answered that. Okay, so let's see. I think that's it. I think that is it. Voila. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to direct message me, Beverly Hills Skincare Muse, on social media. Instagram is the best way to contact me, or just drop me a DM. Okay, guys, see you next Monday. Thanks for joining.